What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and today we're going to be opening up a package from Drop, which contains my very first master set of Funko NFT redeemables. So let's get right to it. Alrighty, so like I said, we are opening up a master set of Funko NFTs, which of course, if you don't know what a master set is, that is every single pop that is included in a set, which includes all the legendaries, the royalty, and even the grail, which it took up 2 boxes to actually carry the master set, which I believe it is 3 and 3 for each of them, which of course the set I am going to be opening up today is the entire set of Back to the Future Funko NFTs. If you guys seen our video way back when the packs first released, we did a 2-part video. We opened up some packs, and luckily enough, even with the Grail pop, I actually pulled that in one of the packs and didn't have to pay a substantial amount of WaxP on the secondary market. So I do notice here that there is some tape which we're gonna have to get through. So after opening up all the boxes, I double checked. I do have all 6 of the redeemables for Back to the Future. Luckily enough, I mean, when you're from Canada and you have to pay a total of 70 USD to get them shipped instead of the free shipping you get if you live in the States, I mean, hopefully they do give me the right pop. So the first one I'm going to show off here is the royalty pop of the set, and that is Freddy Funko as Doc Brown, which I believe is limited to 2,500 pieces, if I'm not mistaken. Number 222 in the pop digital lineup. Let's show off that side profile of the box. Yeah, Doc with helmet. I'm kind of reading that backwards. And then the side profile with that really nice digital background, pop digital, and it does say Freddy Funko. And then on the back, like all of the pop digital pops, we do have the exact card that you would have pulled, or not really pulled, because of course the royalty, you got to collect the cards that aren't the redeemable cards, all of them, to actually obtain this pop. But it is the card that actually does appear in your account once they know that you did complete a royalty. I'll show you guys right now a 360 rotating spin of the pop out of the box while I talk about this pop. This is a really awesome looking pop. This is actually, believe it or not, my very first Freddy Funko pop that is in my collection, which is very surprising since I've been collecting pops for many years, but I've never obtained a Freddy Funko. But of course, when you get a master set, of course, there is the royalty of Freddy Funko for the most part as someone else. So this is really awesome. I love how they kept the orange hair for Freddy Funko, that hat from the very first movie, and also with the flux capacitor like paper, like the concept of it isn't actually what it looks like for the movie. They actually use the Funko crown instead, which is a really unique idea, and it's very hard to kind of look at what exactly it says on there, but it does show a bunch of different words explaining each part of the, I guess, Funko crown flux capacitor. So that's really awesome detail, and yeah, this is a really awesome Freddy Funko as my very first one to add into my Funko Pop collection overall. Now I'm going to move on to the 4 legendary pops that are a part of this set, and the first one we are going to be looking at is, of course, Griff 2015, and this is really awesome. Number 218 in the pop digital lineup, and this is limited to, I believe, 1,900 pieces for each of these legendaries. Let's show off that side profile. Griff 2015, he's got that red bat. And then we got the side profile right here with that nice digital background, and of course the backing where it shows off the card that is involved in this set. So that's really awesome. I was really happy when I pulled the card for that in actually a random packs opening video, which let's show off that 360 rotating spin of the Griff 2015 pop. This was really awesome. I was glad that a character like Griff, who had never been made into pop form, which of course is technically the son or the grandson of Biff Tannen, really awesome to be made into Funko Pop form. I think my only gripe about this pop is that I wish that this pop did have like that huge oversized hoverboard that you do see in Back to the Future 2, which is where obviously Griff appears in, since of course it does take place for the most part in 2015 at the beginning of the movie, hence why it's Griff 2015. But overall, having a Griff pop in the Back to the Future set now, even as a part of the Funko NFTs, is really awesome, and definitely is one of those banger pops in terms of the set. So this is really awesome. I love this pop though, and I'm glad to have it into my collection. The next legendary I'm going to be showing off is the Doc 1885, number 219 in the Pop Digital lineup. Once again, because it's a legendary, it's limited to 1,900 pieces. This is really awesome. Let's show off that side profile, which you can see the, I guess I'm going to say blaster, because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to actually say the G word when it comes to this. And then we got ourselves the side profile right here, showing off the Pop Digital logo and the Pop Art form. And of course, the card that you would pull if you were to have gotten this while opening up the packs, which actually, this was the last redeemable I was able to try and obtain before, of course, the snapshot process happened, and I was able to get the redemption coin to redeem this. So this pop is really awesome. Once again, showing off the 360 rotating spin. Of course, this is from Back to the Future 3 when it takes place in 1885. It's the whole Western theme, and I do really enjoy that for the fact of this Doc Brown to be that. It was actually a pop I kind of figured would have happened in the set, and I do like, one of the biggest things that I do like about the set is the fact that it's not based off of just one movie. They go through all three of the different movies. We did see, obviously, the Freddy Funko be based off of the first movie with the Doc with helmet. The Griff is from the second movie. Now we're looking at a pop that is based off of the third movie, so I love the array of the different movies that these pops are based off of. But this pop is really awesome, and I am very glad that when choosing a Doc pop for the set that it was this exact one, and this pop actually ended up being worth quite a bit once it turned from actually obtaining the card into the redemption token, like double the amount of money. So I was really glad to actually get the card last minute before that price went up to try to get that redemption token. Continuing on with the legendaries, the next pop I'm showing off is George McFly, number 220 in the Pop Digital lineup. Kind of hard to see the actual number because of that like iridescent glossiness to the number, but this is really awesome. There's the front view of the box, there's the side view right there, the other side profile, and then once again the backing with what the card would look like if you pulled the legendary George McFly, which I did believe we pulled this during like our initial packs opening video. And this pop I was so pumped for when they announced that there's going to be a George McFly redeemable, because if you know the whole story about Crispin Glover and how basically they wanted to use his likeliness for the second movie by adding prosthetics to a new actor, that it just ended up being this whole like lawsuit involving them, and we never really seen George McFly collectibles at that point since the like Kenner figures that were made during the first movie. So this technically in my hand is one of the first George McFly figures to have been made in basically 35 years, which is absolutely insane. I never thought there would be a day that there would be a George McFly pop, and now we have it for the digital set, which definitely makes sense because it's only going to be a limited amount of pieces, and technically it's not actually 1,900 pieces because every time that Funko NFTs do get redeemed, not every single pop gets redeemed, so it's actually lower than what the piece count is on the stickers. Definitely is one of my favorites because it's really one of the only ways you can get a George McFly collectible at this particular time. And the last legendary as a part of this set is, of course, Lorraine Baines in a prom dress, number 217 in the Pop Digital lineup. And when originally trying to think of the first Lorraine pop, this is exactly what I imagined it to be. So there's the front view with the pop art form. Once again, the side profile, the other side profile, and then on the back showing off the card that you would have pulled if you got the Lorraine Baines in that pack, which is really, really awesome. This may be my favorite pop as terms to this Back to the Future NFT set, because like I mentioned, when imagining what a Lorraine Baines pop would look like at some point, this is what I imagined, where it's her from the first movie, of course, where she's going to the enchantment under the sea dance and she's wearing that like pinkish, like peachy dress, which is awesome. She's got like the flowers in her hair, which is some really awesome attention to detail. And yeah, this pop is really, really great. And because of the fact that I also, when initially predicting what could be in the set, this was one of the ones I actually got correct. So I love seeing that there's a pop being made that I predict that I got correct. But overall, this is really awesome because once again, this is the first Lorraine pop. And one of the biggest bummers in terms of this pop, though, is that literally in a couple of weeks at Niagara Falls Comic Con, Leah Thompson, who actually actually played as Lorraine Baines in the Back to the Future movie, is going to be there, so I wanted to get this autograph, but I'm going to be going to the event on the Friday, and she's only going to be there on the Saturday and the Sunday, which is really upsetting because I really wanted to get this signed. But then at the same time, if I get this one signed, then somehow I'm going to want to get like Doc signed by Christopher Lloyd, and let's say even Crispin Glover to sign the George McFly if it was even possible. So even, especially when we talk about the Grail Pop, how am I going to get that Marty McFly signed by Michael J. Fox at this point? So if I got one signed, I would have to go on this huge trip to try to get all 6 of the Pop signed. So I guess it's best off that I just don't get this signed. But overall, I'm really glad to obtain this Pop, being probably my favorite legendary of this set. And now the final Pop I'm going to be showing off in this set, it's the Grail. It is Marty Undercover, 999 pieces, number 221 in the Pop Digital lineup. Let's show off that side profile, and then you show off the other one right there with the Pop art form, and of course the card that appears saying Grail if you pull this in the pack. And this was a really unique Marty McFly to choose for this NFT set. Of course, this is from Back to the Future 2, where of course Marty now has to kind of go back into 1955, because of course in the beginning of the movie, Biff grabbed the almanac, gave it to his younger self, and then when he came back to 1985, it was a completely different 1985. So of course he has to go into disguise mode so that he doesn't run into the Marty McFly that essentially you've seen in the first movie, and then it would screw up the whole thing to where he wouldn't exist if he tried going back to 1985 realistically. So that was a really unique way of making a Marty McFly Grail for a pretty unique scene in the second movie. Of course, he's got the walkie-talkie and the binoculars with the shades and hat as if you were hiding in the back seat of Biff's car. So this is really awesome, and I was really glad to end up getting this Pop by pulling in a pack instead of spending the amount of wax P it would have cost for this Grail, because this was going upwards to like $300 or $400 US. So trying to spend that in wax P instead of basically pulling it out of either a standard or a premium was much cheaper, of course. So I'm glad that this was a Pop that I ended up pulling from a pack and not having to spend the amount of money on the secondary market, although I probably would have. So I was able to get this master set completed. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. And if you enjoyed today's video of me opening up the entire master set of Back to the Future Funko NFT redeemables, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below on what your favorite redeemable was as terms to this set. Let me know if you actually obtained this set or either one of the Pops. And I hope to see you guys on the next video on the channel. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.